Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kathy Poole, Director of Marketing and Community Relations at Nashville General Hospital.
Hello, my name is Kaylin Harris, and I am the multimedia brand designer here at NGH.
Today, we are kicking off Nashville General Hospital's new Facebook Live Wellness Wednesday event. Beginning at 12:15 every Wednesday in March, we will have a special guest sharing information vital to your health and wellness.
In support of National Nutrition Month, our first guest is Mike Ventures, Nashville General Hospital's Director of Food and Nutrition Services. Mike is a registered dietitian nutritionist and holds a Master of Science in Clinical Dietetics. He is passionate about people learning how to read nutrition labels and not believing all the hype companies use to market what they want us to believe are healthy foods. So
Thank
without
you.
further ado, we have Mike Ventures.
Thank you, Kaylin and Kathy. You're right. I am very passionate about nutrition education and knowledge. Knowledge is power, and nutrition labels is a very good source of knowledge for everyone. I'd like to start by asking everyone a question. Do you know what's in the foods you eat? When you go shopping, do you actually look at the labels and the ingredients and make the choice based upon that? Or do you buy them according to the latest fad, or what you like that tastes well? Well, I'd like to switch over and challenge everyone to start looking at food labels. The nutrition facts have changed recently. The FDA in 2016 updated the nutrition facts labels on every single thing that you buy. Labels are on everything. And it's a very, very dense source of information. So on the screen, you will see a side-by-side comparison of the pre-2016 nutrition facts label versus a new label that all companies at the end of 2021 have to incorporate. It's easier to read, and a lot of things stand out that didn't stand out before. So I want to go down the line and explain some things to you that you might not understand. The serving sizes are very important, and that's one of the reasons why it stands out, because the serving size determines all the other information. And some people, if you don't look at the serving sizes, a normal size that everyone normally eats may not be the actual stated serving size. It may be 2 or 3 or 4 times as much, or it may be less. One of the good examples is cereal. Serving sizes for cereals are a cup or less than a cup, depending on what the product is. I don't know too many people that just eat a little cup of cereal. So that would probably be 2 or 3 times a serving size in a regular bowl that you would eat cereal. So that would increase the total number of calories that you're bringing in if you don't follow the serving size. Calories is the next bolded out item. The calories that you see here, the 230, is bolded out on a new one to make it easier to understand that the serving sizes and calories correlate together. Calories, if you don't understand what calories is, you can think about calories as energy. And you can compare it to a car putting gas in your car. The car burns gas to make the car go. The calories are basically energy, storages of energy that you consume. If you consume too little, then your body burns calories that it has on hand. If you bring in too many calories, your body is going to store that. So it's very important to regulate and find out your calories and how many you bring in per day. Talking about calories, if you look at the very bottom, this whole nutrition facts sheet is based upon a 2,000 calorie diet. Now that may or may not be the right number for you because if you're male or female, small framed or large framed, all of that in your age determines how many calories you need to bring in per day. But this gives you a good baseline on how to determine the percentages that you see here in front of you, how to determine how much you're bringing in based upon a 2,000 calorie diet. So when you move on down, you see the total fats line, and you see that is, and the percentage next to that, the 10% is based upon that 2,000 calorie diet. That's for 10% on this particular one is how many you need to bring in per day. So 90% is outside of this particular product. So you're bringing in 10% of your daily recommended fat content in this one product. If you move on down, it will break it further down into saturated fats, trans fats. It also have unsaturated fats that is not in this product, but it can break it down even further if you look at that. And unsaturated fats are what you really want to consume versus saturated fats. Saturated fats are the bad fat. Unsaturated are the better fats for you. Cholesterol is another thing. If you move down, cholesterol is what your body definitely needs and makes its own amount of cholesterol. So the cholesterol that you bring in is in addition to your body's needs. You don't need to bring in any cholesterol. So more cholesterol that you bring in will harm you over time because it builds upon your body. Now you think about where cholesterol comes from. It only comes from animal sources. So you can think about if it has a face or ever had a face, then it has cholesterol in it. If it didn't have a face, it doesn't have cholesterol in it like plants, but it could have added cholesterol in it from like butter or there's certain types of fats. So that's where cholesterol comes in. So you really want to minimize the cholesterol that you bring in per day, because anything extra than what your body produces on itself is going to harm you. Moving on down, sodium. A lot of people don't understand what sodium is. So the difference between your table salt that you have, salt and pepper shakers. Salt and pepper shakers is the salt content in there is called sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is your table salt. So salt contains sodium. Okay, so that's the difference. That salt and sodium, salt contains sodium. Sodium is by itself. So the sodium content that you bring in is what is listed here. This one has 160 milligrams, and that's 7% of your daily dose of sodium. So you have 93% to go for the day based upon 2,000 calories. As you move down, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is broken down into several different areas where you have dietary fiber, you have total sugars, and this one actually includes added sugars, which was not in the old nutrition facts. And that's very important because that basically tells you how much added sugar is in a product that you might not understand. When you go past going down, the protein content is very important as well. Your body needs protein to maintain muscle mass and to grow, and especially as children need to increase added protein. So your protein sources are very important. This one has 3 grams of protein, which is not a very high source of protein. Moving on down to the next section, it has the vitamins and minerals needed. And this is based upon your daily recommended allowance of vitamins and minerals. So if you look at this section, it tells you how much percentage of the vitamins and minerals that are inside this product you are consuming per serving. For example, the vitamin D is only 10% of your daily recommended allowance of vitamin D. So you have a long way to go to get your 100% daily allowance. And it goes on to calcium, iron, potassium. It can include any vitamin and mineral that is contained in that product. This is just an example. It could be a very long list, or it could be a list that has nothing in there. Another thing I want people to realize is that you need to look at the ingredients list. The ingredients is very important. And I have a little prop here I'd like to show. This is a box of no-bake cookie bites. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but it has a nutrition facts label. You don't really need to know the information. I'm just showing you where things are. Nutrition facts label is on the side. On the front of the box, it actually has some nutrition tidbits too. But what I wanted to show people is the ingredients. Not only look at the nutrition facts label, but you need to look at the ingredients list. The ingredients list is listed by what is the most in the product in descending order. So whatever is the most inside your product is going to be listed first. And it goes down in descending order from the most to the least. So what I challenge people to do is look at the labels and look at nutrition content, because this one has its number one ingredient is sugar. So out of everything that's in this product, sugar is the most dense product in this. So if sugar is labeled is in the top 3 of your ingredients, you want to try to avoid that product. So I'd like to end with kicking it back to Kaylin, and if there's any questions or concerns, she can work that out.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mike. That was amazing. I was taking notes as you were speaking. Thank you for sharing such great information. We actually do have a few questions that were submitted early on. So first question is, what certain fruits and vegetables are better for you than others?
That's a great question. Instead of trying to break it down in individual types, what I'd like for people to understand is the brighter the colors or the darker the colors, the more nutrients, vitamins, and minerals you'll see in a product. So for an example, a very bright apple or a very bright colored item like a purple kale or cabbage versus something that like a pineapple or a regular orange. They're pale in color and they're not very vibrant. But also you need to look into darker colors like blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. They have very deep and rich colors. So just think about the colors involved in what you pick. The brighter, the deeper the colors, the more vitamins and minerals that you'll have in.
Okay, perfect. So speaking of vibrant colors, we did get a request from Ashley King on Twitter for the Albion Street Grill's sauteed kale recipe. Do you care to share that recipe with her?
I don't mind at all. We have an executive chef named Julius Jackson, which created that recipe, and he would be glad to add it to this stream here.
Perfect, thank you. Next question we have is actually from Facebook, from Sherry Gibbs. So based on your nutrition facts, does that mean red grapes are better for you than green grapes?
Yes, the deeper the color of the product will have higher amount of vitamins and minerals contained. If you look at a green grape versus a very deep red type of grape, then yes, the red grapes will have more nutrient contents than the green.
Perfect. Thank you for that answer. And then the last question that we actually had sent in early, I still wanted to know, why is seltzer water becoming so popular? And is it actually better for you than regular water?
That's a good question. It's another fad item that's come through that is very highly advertised and passed through, and people jump on fads. Now, the seltzer water is 0 calories, of course, and it has exotic flavors involved. So if you want a product that is 0 calories and exotic flavors, then I see no reason why you can't consume that. But I don't see any benefit other than 0 calories. However, my motto is you don't want to drink calories. You don't want to get anything in your body that you need to drink. What you need to consume per day is a gallon of water. A gallon of water a day per person is what is recommended. However you receive that water is up to you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for answering all of our questions, Mike.
Hey, no problem.
Our time is up, and we'd like to thank Mike for providing such great information we can all use the next time we go grocery shopping. We hope you enjoyed our first Wellness Wednesday event. Please join us next Wednesday when we have Dr. Fahey, our NGH optometrist, to talk about Save Your Vision Month. Dr. Fahey is board certified in optometry and specializes in refractive disorders, diabetic eye disease, glaucoma, and cataracts. The Eye Center at Nashville General Hospital, visionary care and service you can see and trust. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.
Thank you, everyone.